What is up? What is up? Grand Rising, grace and peace. Be right with you. Before 3. Okay, let's get this started. Make sure to hit that like button when you come in and subscribe if you haven't already so you can get notified when I do go live. I'm coming. All right. What is up? Grace and peace, Grand Rising. All right, y'all. So today we're going to be doing all signs in the season of Pisces. My number ones. So my dad, had he been alive last week on the 25th, he would have been 70 years old. So, I got to give it up to the number one Pisces, my main man. Friday is my daughter's birthday and Saturday is my husband's birthday. So, shout out to you Pisces people. I love you guys. You know this. We have some alignments happening right now. Let me just turn this down a little bit. So, really quickly, I'm not going to go too much into it, but we have Pisces in retrograde right now, Mercury retrograde, the beloved retrograde. Mercury has to do is the planet of communication. So the lines of emotions can get misconstrued, right? We know this because Mercury has to do with communications, technology, traveling, documents, needing to be signed, but can they be held off for a little while? Probably, maybe not. Just make sure you read the fine print of things. Today I had to do some negotiation in regards to finance. And I was like, wait, before I make a payment, let me find out if I can do some type of either payment installment or just what's going on. Why do I have this bill that's so high? And like, it shouldn't be, right? So I called. And sure enough, I was able to get talked through and them seeing that, no, I don't have to pay this because I have X, Y, and Z, and that should cover it. Boom. Right? So making sure that you talk things out in regards to any pertinent information. Now, again, regarding information, regarding communication, I was tested yesterday, the day before, on social media, right? And it's always the men folk. The women, we can come to an understanding, right? But I don't know what it is with these men. I got some fans. That's all I got to say. I got fans at this point because, if you still watching me, you still watching stories that I put up, or you still whatever, you like me. You like me. As much as you hate to admit to liking me, you like me, right? And posting up, and I get indirect. And I'm just like, whatever. I'm not going to entertain this. Why? Because somebody wants to be engaged in things and the lines of communication can get misconstrued. So I want to tell somebody, go eat a fat one, right? Or mind your effing business, hop off of my page, right? I'm not going to give the satisfaction. You know what I did? I put the laughing emoji right underneath their emoji that they sent me. You don't faze me. You know what I mean? I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of me getting riled up when you are the one that claims you got a problem with me, right? So that's Mercury. Now we got Venus going into Pisces as well. And as I said before, Pisces loves love. Okay. And when it's sitting in Venus right now, it's going to exemplify this romanticism, for better lack of words. And that's a great place if you are in a good relationship or if you're in a relationship, right? The signs of affection can be validated a little bit more, but remember we're in Mercury retrograde. So, come correct when you are showing your signs of affection, right? This could also be a one night stand type situation as well, because Pisces has that way of being delusional and you thinking that this person really, they may like you, but it could be just a moment, right? So try not to go into your feelings too much. We also have a lunar eclipse coming up tonight, going into tomorrow. So that's going to be in the sign of Virgo, and Virgo is Pisces' sister sign. So lunar eclipses, what it is, it's the full moon, right? It's also going to be a blood moon. So a lot of energy happening here. Moons have to do with showing the private side of things, right? The hidden side of things, right? Emotions. So Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio are going to be affected the most out of this lunar eclipse. So try not to ruffle any Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio heavy placements in water signs the next week or two, because that's what I'm saying. You can catch this fade if you want to. And I will laugh in your face and you'll get your feelings hurt. And then you'll be mad at me because I'm laughing at you. Please. We also have Mars going into Pisces at the end of the month. At the end of the week. Mars is passion. Mars is war. That's the planet of war. So, again, it could be volatile. Like this energy could be as smooth as you want it to be, or we could turn it up and throw the match to the gasoline and get this thing cooking. Okay, that's the type of energy. And because the water signs run on emotions, it's like, why would you want to tip the scale with somebody that's emotional? You know what I mean? Like, leave this person alone. Like, if you know they're a little off, why poke the bear? You know what I mean? So also, I'm going to be talking about a little bit more about poking the bear next Monday as I do my 5th anniversary. So hope all you can be there of this channel. And it'll be the first Mindful Monday of the year. So please stay tuned. It'll be around 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? So the blood moon, the eclipses, people in the United States will be able to see this, but on the West Coast, so California, Oregon, maybe even certain parts of Canada, right? Or on the West Coast, they'll be able to see this blood moon transpire the late night going into the early morning of the 3rd, right? And that's really much it in a nutshell. I don't want to go too deep into what all these celestial alignments and things of that nature are about. I want to jump into the reading. So we're going to do Pisces first, you little fish folks. Pisces. So really quickly, also with the signs, they each hold modalities. So for Pisces, they would be a mutable sign, meaning their energy goes, it can go either way, right? They're not a fixed, they're not a cardinal, but they can take on these attributes of being a leader, or just sitting with some things that they need to sit with their emotions. And Pisces can be a little impulsive. They do have this, I didn't say this, but it's been said that Pisces do have or can have an addiction problem. They could be shopaholics, which is what I'm seeing my little one become, which is it's a good addiction, I guess, as long as it doesn't drown her into bankruptcy, right? But she is a little fashionista, I have to say. Like, every week or so she's got a little something. There's a package coming in like every other day. So they can also be gambling aholics. They can be alcoholics. They can have sex addictions. They can have drug addictions, right? So Pisces governs that type of energy. So again, while we're in this Piscean energy with the Mercury and Mars and Venus taking place, there could be a lot of self-indulging, right? Could be, like I said, one night stand. Somebody could be a sexaholic, and this is where the one night stands and stuff come into play. So it's not my words, Pisces. I love you, and I know you folks. Okay, I love you dearly because the energy is very sweet as well. Like, they're not these villains, but they get pushed, and when they're rejected, and in some way they can get vindictive, and it can be borderline stalkish. You may need to put a restraining order. Like, yeah, that's what Pisces got coming along with them. On the flip side of things, on the other side of things is, again, I say all the time, you want a nice romantic, ladies, you want to really like that Hallmark type of love, and somebody really understanding you, and they pay attention to all your quirks and your likes and your dislikes, and they just want to love you with all their heart. That's a Pisces. Get you a Pisces. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead, as we're talking about get you a Pisces. I mean, because I love my daddy. My daddy, crazy as he was. My grandfather, my mother's father, was a Pisces. He was the 27th of February. And my mother just told me that the other day that it would have been his 100th birthday. So, yeah, I know about them crazy Pisces, man. I know about them. But I love them because I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I can match that intensity, and then I know how to bring it down. And it's like, they're like, wait, but you was up here with me. Yeah, but we got to come back down, Pisces, you in this little bubble. Even with my daughter, when I'm having these conversations, like, you got to come back and bring it down a notch. You'll be like, oh my, sorry. Okay, so Pisces, also reading for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Why? Because you're not just your sun sign. You also have your moon sign, which rules emotions. You have your rising sign, which is also another characteristics like the sun sign. It's your persona, if you will, that you give off to everybody on the outside, right? The moon is your private side. People don't get to see that often. Excuse me. And then, you have your Venus, which is to do with, romance, love, self-love, values, and money, believe it or not. Venus runs on that energy. Okay, so if the Pisces message is not making sense for you, listen out for your moon sign or listen out for your rising. Combine them all, if you will. Okay, so Pisces, we have here sun, moon, rising, and Venus. What is the message that you guys need to know as you're going through your season? Okay, we're also going to be doing the romance department as well. All right. So Pisces, what do we have for you guys? The Lover's card, of course. It would pop up while I'm shuffling Gemini energy. Okay. So Pisces, this could be talking about your love department. But, you got a lot of planets there. No, not a lot, but you got quite a few planets sitting in your sign. So, easy. All right. So what do we have? So, okay, we got Pisces, the moon. Your card is the moon. Okay. So this is confront, the man in the mirror. All right. We are having a solar eclipse. A full moon is happening tomorrow. Got open up, middle of the deck, bottom of the deck is the High Priestess, again with Pisces there. Okay, so be intuitive during this time. It's not really about emotions, although you are going to be running high on emotions because that's what the moon does. But there's some things that need to be shined on in the luminous, meaning within yourself, things that you've probably been putting off on the back burner. things that you may need to confront since you were a child. Okay, we got 18 that breaks down to 9, so there's an ending there, maybe ending some childhood traumas, ending a cycle, generational cycles, or coming to some type of fruition of you may be the high priest or high priestess, if this is a female, in the family. It's been bestowed onto you. Okay, it's been bestowed onto you, so you coming into recognizing your power. All right, let's clarify a little bit more. What does this all mean here? I like that for you, Pisces. This is very Piscean energy at its best. Okay. Cancer energy. You know, Cancers are ruled by the moon, so mother, you may, need to confront a parent, mother, father, specifically a mother, because we are are imposed by whatever we learn from our parents. Our mothers are our first teachers, or they're supposed to be, right? And so are our fathers. So you might have felt abandoned as a child, or not seen, not heard. Pisces is, that can happen. But this is the time to let that go, come out and face the proverbial man in the mirror. Even if you're a woman, face it. Face this reality that those things can't be, you can't change it. It is what it is. But how you deal with it and move forward in life is going to make the difference. Okay. What is this confront? Or if you're a parent, Pisces, you may have to confront a child. You may need to talk to a child about emotions. You got the high priestess showing up again. That's too many cards there. So definitely, intuitive. This child may have a gift. It may be on your bloodline, Pisces, that you may be seeing things about your child that is just phenomenal, or you're seeing yourself in this child and you are like, that's me. And so therefore, this child needs a mentor. Now, if it's not your biological child, it could be a child in the family, nephew, niece, little cousin. You've got the moon card middle of the deck. Again, Pisces, Cancer energy, and then the 4 of Cups here. So yeah, somebody feeling neglected, left out. So clarifying this, Pisces is the 10 of Pentacles. So that's earth energy. All right, Pisces. But this is also regarding family. And this could be, like I said, generational trauma or generational powers, if you will. Okay. So how you handle, if you practice moon magic, Pisces, or for those that practice moon magic, where they take on the energy that's happening, this lunar eclipse, it's going to be worthwhile for you. Okay. Breaking cycles, which is going to be generating money. You may have been feeling stuck about how you're moving in life, regarding finances, regarding relationships. You might have had abandonment issues. So much. Oh, geez, Pisces, you came off the bat with like all this emotion. I wasn't ready for it. And so this is a turning point for you, Pisces, where your 10 also is about endings, but it's also a beginning. So once you're breaking certain cycles, certain karmic cycles that have happened, the last 9 years, the last 10 years, maybe your childhood, this is, once you face yourself and deal with the reality of what is, it's going to be an eye opener for you, and you can move forward and be like, all right, what's done is done. And now it's not even so much correcting I don't know if it's really correcting what was wrong, because that already happened. You know what I mean? Like, if there was childhood issues going on in your life, like, what if the parent is not here anymore? And, you can't really physically speak to them and talk to them. You can spiritually speak and talk to them, and that can help you too. But what I'm trying to say is, it's like, move forward from all that has been binding you, right? And letting it, set it free, leaving it as where it was. Let us set it free, and you keep going. Okay? Because what's done is done. But there's this other side. Okay, there's that other side. There's that other doorway. Once you go through it, that's bringing you this 10 of Pentacles energy. Okay, so finances, generational wealth, a good relationship with your family, parents, spouse, children, right? So realizing, hey, no one's perfect. And moving along, you're not perfect. There's things about you that you got to work on. So that's what you could and should be doing during this time. Okay, so let's move on to your romance. You are loved. You are cared for. You are provided for. Okay. What is in the romance department for Pisces? I'm going to have to open that window or turn the fan on. Okay. What do we have here for Pisces? Okay, so Pisces, you have marriage in reverse. So this could definitely revolve around, like I said, the childhood thing. You got material attachment that fell out as well. Middle of the deck is retreat. Bottom of the deck is love language, gift giving. So, during this time, you want to conserve your energy, maybe your money. As I was telling you guys with my daughter, she's going to be like, Mom, why are you blowing my spot up? But, maybe not splurging, because I know you feel good. Your birthday is here. You want to splurge all out, but just remember to conserve a little bit, okay? For some Pisces, marriage is not on the scene, and for others, there may be some internal things going on here. As I said, all this stems from, like, it could really stem from your childhood, how you saw your parents. If you saw your parents, were you an orphan? Were you a single parent coming from a single parent home? Or even if there was two parents, did you often see this other parent? The parent could have been always working, right? There's so many layers to life. So for some, marriage is not on the table. Doesn't mean that it can never happen. It's just not at this moment. Or there's some things that need to be worked out internally with your marriage, Pisces. Or relationship. Don't necessarily have to be a legal marriage. You could be, a cohabitant with somebody that you've been with for 10 years or so, right? 18 years, 9 years. Well, let's clarify this marriage really quickly, and then we will move on to the next water sign, Cancer. So you could be dealing with another water sign as yourself, but specifically earth signs, so Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Okay. And Virgo and Capricorn. So we got girl talk here. All right. Time with friends, moving on, having fun. Middle of the deck is stabbed in the back. Of course you feel that way. And then we got cassette here playing, that old, outdated thinking, conditioning, so girl talk, having maybe you need to have some girl talk here with if this is a male Pisces talking with your female counterpart, and if it's a female Pisces, it's talking to the male counterpart, right? But it's also tapping into that feminine energy, and Pisces is water is feminine. Okay, regardless if you're a man or a woman, it's a feminine energy. So there's going to be this emotion going on here. And yeah, we got Venus in Pisces, we got Mars in Pisces, we got Mercury retrograde in Pisces. So really have some heart-to-heart conversations, but it's the being mindful about what you say, because it could go north or south depending on how you present it, right? So think carefully and thoroughly through this time, Pisces. Okay. All right. That is your message. So now we got Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cancer coming up. Hold on a second. Now what fell? the earth signs as I was talking about, you guys. Okay. Fire, fire, fire. So Aries, Gemini. Okay. Just 1 second. I'm just putting my cards together here. In order, so I don't lose my train of thought. Okay. Banner. And we got Cancer up. Oops. Damn it. That's not what I wanted to do. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay. All right. 1 second. Let me see if I could turn on either my fan or something, because now I'm starting to sweat. As soon as I start talking, that's what happens. See, Pisces, what you do to me? You got me all flustered out here. You got me all flustered. All right. So we got Cancer up. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And Cancer is a cardinal sign. Cancers are the mother of the zodiac. Pisces is the oldest sign of the zodiac. So they take on a lot of emotion as well, like a Cancer, because Cancers are empathic, right? And, they're the cardinals. So they're going to get things done in a very matriarch and patriarch way. So it could be a little like, mother, think mother. Capricorn is the father of the zodiac. So you have mother discipline, you got father discipline there. Cancers are, dependable, loyal to a fault. I always say, you want that loyal, true blue friend that will show up through and through. Cancers are the ones. They are really like the muscles. Like I said, they're mother. They're that mother energy. So they're going to show up. It even if it tires them out, they will show up, especially for their children or, for family members. They can be selective with the family members, especially if that family member is like, I ain't messing with them, right? But for the most part, Cancers are very dedicated. I'm hearing lately that Cancer men are not, and I'm just like, I don't know about that. Cancer men, like, people want to throw Cancers under the bus, and maybe that's just because the Cancer men can be a little possessive, but so can a Pisces man. Any man, really. Some are a little more aloof than others, but yeah. But Cancers are just, like I said, they also are ruled by the moon, so that's where that emotion takes place, and it can be a little intense. Where they're taking on other signs at any point. Like we got the Virgo full moon tomorrow, the lunar eclipse. So we're going to be taking on that Virgo energy, but Cancers are ruled by the moon. So like I said, cardinal leaders, they could be bosses as well, self-millionaires, etc. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on with Cancer and see what's cooking for Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Venus. All right, so what is Cancer's message for this Pisces? All right, so you have rest and reconsider. I like that because that's kind of like what I was saying to Pisces. You have refusing to see middle of the deck. Bottom of the deck is you got the Lover's card. So you could be with, dealing with the Pisces or a Gemini. But, maybe this is the time where there's this reflection and considering, maybe you're considering a partner, maybe, definitely with this moon energy, it's specifically water signs. Please take heed about rest, rejuvenation, reconsidering, because this energy is going to light you guys up. specifically for the water signs, because it's the emotion for the next maybe 3 weeks, right? Because of the energy with the eclipse. We also had a solar eclipse 2 weeks ago, the ring of fire. So we had a lot of energy right smack dab in the beginning of Pisces season, right? So a lot for cancers, we got the number 9 here. So there's that ending. Maybe you are considering ending a partnership, a relationship, right? Or some opportunity that just isn't right for you. There's some kind of divine enlightenment that's happening for you, Cancer. All right, so definitely it's more like listen to your intuition at this time. And if your body's, and listen to your body, if your body's telling you need to rest because you're going to be on go, 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 you really have to do it. Reconsider either speaking to somebody. Like I said, I had to laugh it off what somebody was saying, because I was just like, I'm not engaging. Yeah, I'm not engaging with you. I know you try to bait me into saying something. And then when I say something, it bothers you the way I say it, right? And my deliverance hurts your feelings. So why poke the bear? Just leave me alone. So Cancer, like at this time, just removing yourself from people, places, and things now to conserve your energy, because people out here gonna want to poke the bear. And you're not the one, because Cancers will turn up. They are on the FBI's what is it, number one on the FBI's emotional so-called killers. Yeah, because they'll black out. Like you keep pushing, because Cancers is cool, man. I'm telling you. Cancers, you don't really hear about Cancers like that. They're cool, laid back. They like to have fun. They'll turn up and have fun, but they need to have their rest. They need to have their time where they can just zone out, tune out from everybody, everything, and just, do them. And it's not anything personal. It's just Cancers need to recharge, because Cancers are the impact. They are the power pack to people. So when they are around people, they absorb all that energy that's around them. And then they got to come back home and decompress. So that's your time, Cancer, to decompress. Maybe taking a little vacation. I know it's cold. It's wintertime in the northern hemisphere. So, but the weather's warming up in certain places. So taking the time to maybe just enjoy some nature, do nature trails, nature walks. All right, we got the Page of Wands here, fire energy. So clarifying this, rest and reconsider is the Page of Wands. This is that fire energy. Okay, so pages are that messenger, like closing out a lot of noise around you that just is not feeding you mind, body, and soul. Okay, you got also the Page of Pentacles here in reverse, and bottom of the deck is the Six of Cups. All right, so water energy. And yeah, this, it could be family members, it could be your child, siblings. This could be, someone that, because we saw the Lover's card, which was 6. So this could be, your significant other, where you're just going to have to listen, I got to relax. Like, maybe you could go ahead and maybe you go on your vacation. My vacation would be just chilling in my room, vegging out, doom scrolling, as my daughter tells me that's called, or just relaxing. Like, Cancers are very simple people as well. They love, like, Tauruses and Leo, like, they love the finer things in life. Like, don't get me wrong, they really like expensive quality things. But sometimes quality for them is just chilling out at home in their comfort zone, in their shell where they feel protected, and, shutting out all the noise, having some nice food, comfort, because that Taurus and Cancers are like that. They like comfort food, right? Leos, so just relaxing during this time, Cancer. That's all you need to do. And not let anybody stir you up. Try not to. And if you have to, put somebody in their place, you know how to say it. And Cancer can't be worried about the tears shedding, because it's like, listen, you said something. So now when Cancer retaliate and say something back, and you don't want to mess with their mouth, because their mouth is wild. Their mouth is wild. All right, so let's move on to the romance department for Cancer. They real slick with their mouth. Listen, I know I was always getting in trouble because of my mouth from a little girl. Just detention and being what you call had to stay home. My mother was like, yeah, detention. It's always just being slick at the mouth. All right, so what do we have here? All right, so you have love language, physical touch. A tender touch means so much. Middle of the deck is forever young. Bottom of the deck is love language, acts of service. Interesting. So you just while you're resting and at home, maybe some massages. Okay, right? Cancers are their sensitive spot is in the breast region for females, and the stomach. Cancers are ruled by the stomach and the breast, right? So, and Pisces is ruled by the feet. So, but we ain't talking about Pisces. But in Pisces season, these are the things, right, that to know. So, acts of service, love language. Like while you're doing this resting, maybe you could ask your partner, you mind massaging my feet or running, my little tub where I could put my feet in, like, or maybe you doing this to somebody. But Cancer, this is you needed to take a little break. So you could ask them to pull out the little Dr. Scholl's foot bath and get your feet soaked, right? Holding hands, those things, physical touch, brushing your hair, rubbing your hair, massaging your head. A body massage, maybe you going to get body massages, or like paying for those massage parlors, right? And just doing like a full head to toe massage, because that's also resting. You're resting your body, you're taking care of your body. Right. Okay. So what else? Let's clarify. What is this physical touch? So self-indulgence. All right. So focusing on self-worth. You got sunglasses here. Focusing out all that outside noise. It's time to just take care of yourself during this time here. We got the golden mirror bottom of the deck here, but self-indulgence, self-appreciation, time to heal, doing the shadow work. It's clarifying this physical touch. So definitely, if you don't have anybody that could do this for you, you Cancer can go and get yourself a full body massage, or maybe a neck massage, or getting your feet done, pedicures, etc. Right? And this is that time for you. So you need a little time for yourself. All right. So Cancer, that's what I have for you in Pisces season. Let's move forward to Scorpio, the last of the water signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Scorpio is a mutable sign. And they are fixed rather. And that fixed energy, they're a little more stubborn, but they will move like that cardinal and get things done. All right. They're unassuming in that way, as far as with the water signs, where they're not as emotional as the Cancer and Pisces would be. They kind of are like chill in that Cancer regard, where they're chill. They don't turn up the way or get really like emotional the way a Pisces would. And, as rumor has it, Cancers, they say, are the crybabies of the zodiac, or no, I beg to differ. It really is Cancer's crying because we really are trying to hold back how much of the shit that we want to do to you. But no, we want our freedom. We're not going to jail. That's why Cancers be crying out in this space. It's not because we are hurt that you didn't know. We're crying because we're like, how am I going to, I'm going, but these tears are going to come out. They're going to show you I'm very, very upset. This is rage tears. This isn't sadness tears, unless, somebody's died or what have you. These are rage tears. So Scorpio kind of is like that. They will not get as emotional the way the Pisces would, but nonetheless, don't put it past the Scorpio. Now, word on the street is with the Scorpio menfolk, very overt, like Cancer. Like Pisces gets they're up there, but they're closeted. They're not overt like a Pisces or a Scorpio or a Libra or Aquarius. Pisces is a little down low, but they out there. They're a little freaky too. They're just closeted freaks. Yeah. At least because you don't see it coming with the Pisces. You're just like, what? Because they're so unassuming at times. All right, Scorpio, let's see what's cooking for you guys in Pisces season. All right, so Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Ew, what is this? Oh, okay, we'll take that. All right, so we got Opportunity Beckons. Is your card here, number 4. All right, so there's that pondering again. We got the moon going on, right? So like Cancer, taking a time out. Okay, you got middle of the deck, win or lose, the Ace of Swords here. So intuition, and bottom of the deck is the Ace of Wands, vitality, fire energy. So there's this new beginning happening for you, Scorpio. But I feel like, again, because we're in a Mercury retrograde, don't matter what sign it is, just know that we're in a Mercury retrograde, that technology gets misconstrued, right? Messages get misconstrued. So you want to really dot your I's, cross your T's, but read the fine print of things, not just jump off into it just because. Take the time to really reflect on what it is that you're, endeavoring in, if that's a thing. If that's a word, right? But reflect on it, okay, before you just take that leap. You also, like Cancer, are going to be having those downloads, those spiritual downloads. Water energy is really going to be having a lot of ancestral or spirit. Your spirit guides could be around you, your deceased loved ones, your the pantheon of ancestors are around you. All right, so big with the water signs here. So Scorpio, you could be having this as well. All right, so pay attention. It could come to you more so at night than opposed to during the day, like with Cancer or something like that. You guys will probably be like getting these downloads or nudges or intuition hits at nighttime, and specifically could be coming up between now and the 4th. All right, so pay attention to those details. Definitely a new beginning for you guys. All right, let's clarify, what is this opportunity beckons? There's an infinity sign in this card here as well. So, infinity is ever flowing, ever going, right? But it also has to do with like karma. So this could be karmic energy being released to break through for a new beginning. All right. If this doesn't happen between now and the 4th, look out for April. Okay. Because April, the hurricanes in the building, salute. Look out for April to be that eye opener for you. Okay. What is this opportunity beckons? Just doing the water signs right now. All right, so you have here the Hermit card, okay, Virgo energy. Yeah, definitely, technology may be in the way of things We have the full moon in Virgo coming up tomorrow rather, into the 4th, or tonight, excuse me, and into the 3rd. Bottom of the deck is the 7 of Cups here. All right, so being realistic. Thank you, Brother Hurricane. Yes, definitely make sure to hit that like button when you come in, because this keeps that these messages out into the algorithm. Right? Appreciate you, Brother Hurricane. So the Hermit is also, again, that introspection, right? Going away, or closing out the noise and getting right with Zen. You could even, turn on the YouTube that I have like right now, where it's playing the Hertz. And so, just getting right, getting Zen. Again, there's that spiritual download. There could be things that you see. If it's not how can I say this? If it's not like a physical download, where like what I mean is that you could get messages through anything, meaning social media, meaning watching a movie, meaning being outside and somebody, like case in point, like I said, my father's birthday was the 25th of February. He would have been 70. He passed away unexpectedly April 2023. And this little boy and his mom walked past me. I was in the grocery store, and he walked past me, and he had a name on his cap, on his little hat. And that was the name that I was going to name my son. But my dad opposed it so much, and I had to change it, because my father was like, "You do not name him that. Do not name him that." And I was like, what are the odds that this mother and son walk right past me, and the little boy is wearing a blue hat with gold wording, the little boy's name. And I had to double look, like, did I just see what the hell I just thought I saw? So that's how a message can come through to you, Scorpio, where that kind of synchronicity, and what are the odds, right? And it could come from anywhere, right? So just be receptive to that energy. Okay, so let's move on to your romance department. For Scorpio. This could be a Virgo. You may be somebody could be like on the other side of the world, right? Internet brings us closer. But, you could be like wondering, is this person like, do I think I can like see myself with them, right? Having these thoughts going on, right? So they could be a Virgo. So just look out for that. So if that is like specifically, yeah, it's like you and this person are like opposite. So they could be living on a different time zone, or they could be living in another part of the world. Okay. But it's like, I feel like there's like some type of, this is such a cross love. This is such a romantic, Pisces would do that. It's like the star-crossed lover thing. I have no idea, guys. This could be one Scorpio that I'm talking about. But there's this, you guys meet in like the wee hours. Like, even if there's the time zone difference, like at some point you guys are like in sync with each other. Okay. And, Scorpio, you may be thinking, is this person for me? I really like them. I really like having these conversations. I really, want to get to know them. They, like we have like a little soul connection going on. I won't say soul mate per se, but there's definitely like some type of soul intertwining here. Okay. So let's see. And you may want to risk it all. Hold on though. So we got healing family issues. Middle of the deck is, this could be the one. Yeah. In reverse. It's not like that soulmate per se that you just are like, again, because Pisces will have us in these feelings, and we're in Venus, Pisces as well. So it'll have us feeling like this might be this one, but it's just you guys really jive together, really mesh well. They may tick a lot of the boxes off for you, Scorpio, but like just don't go jumping out there because you're feeling a certain kind of way. Like feel this out. Bottom of the deck is forever young. There may be an age difference between the two of you. It says healing family issues. Your life begins as you forgive your parents. There could be a Pisces, because I said, Pisces has some like family dynamics going on there. But definitely, we all should be doing that. Like just healing our family, those issues that we've had that play out into our relationships as we become adults, right? How can we fix it? Because a lot of this stuff stems from what we grew up with, right? Our parents or lack of parents. So Scorpio, definitely ancestors are around you. Could be a deceased. There's a guardian angel that is around you. This could be like a deceased grandparent. Okay. That might have brought you. Sometimes these guys, these spirit guides, or this is a spirit guide, that they will bring somebody into your life that's needed at the moment, whether it's for a season, the reason, or for a lifetime. Think of this person as your season, Scorpio. I don't really think this is a lifetime person, but I am not the judge of you. You know exactly what you need in your life. But what I'm saying is there's a reason why this person is in your life at this moment. And maybe they're there just to get you through some things and you move on. But it feels good at the moment, right? Because they're, like I said, checking off the boxes that you like in a person. They understand you spiritually. They get you emotionally, right? Virgo is artistic. So they deal with a different spectrum of things. I won't say, not pursue, but don't put all your eggs in a basket. All right. So clarifying this, healing the families is the coffin here in reverse. All right. So endings, new beginnings, growth, change. Yeah, it's a cycle, Scorpio, that, dealing with this person. It's definitely a cycle. We have not today, bottom of the deck here. So again, it's not to say that this person is not for you. It's just not, if you're hoping to think that this is going to be the person that's going to be your lifetime partner or your longevity partner, whatever, right? Your divine counterpart. It's really not that. But there's definitely a spiritual reason why this person's been brought to you. Okay. That is your message, Scorpio. That's what I have for you guys. And let's close out the water signs with what are we using today? We're using the Energy Spirit Oracle. So the Energy Spirit Wisdom Oracle. All right. All righty. And let's get what we have there for all the water signs. Oops. That one out. And then we're going to move on to fire, because I'm going according to the Gregorian calendar. So the next Pisces, then we have Aries that comes up next, Taurus, my other favorite sign, and then Gemini. So the air signs are last. So, if you are Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, you guys are going to be maybe another hour, another 50 minutes in, okay? But do check to hear what your sun sign is, what your moon sign is. All right. Just don't go dismissing and wanting to hear your sun sign. All right. So water signs, you have achievement, 16 breaking down to 7, completion and reward. I love this because 16 breaks down to 7. So you are specifically like Pisces coming through that breakthrough. Even this is all you guys actually. But this is also that spirit as well, like breaking certain cycles. See how he has broken through, right? Breaking these cycles of things that are happening in the past. That's it is in the past, and we keep pushing. We try not to go backwards, and we move forward in things in life and incorporate all the stuff. All of that is in your DNA, and it's just you. You cannot change or alter your DNA. So everything that has happened, go get therapy. If you having a hard time handling some childhood issues and things of that nature, go. I really encourage it, because it helps. Middle of the deck is relaxation. There you go, Cancer, relaxation with the moon there. So definitely you have the time to have pursuit of peace, peaceful pursuits and happy times. Just letting the noise fall through the wayside and you taking care of you. And then bottom of the deck is the elements, the nature spirits, the four elements. As I said, Cancer, getting out into the element. The weather is cracking a little bit. There's peaks of coldness here and there, but when the weather's feeling good, getting out there, water signs too, and not being so hung up on the noise on the outside. Okay, that's what I have for you, water signs. Let's move up to Aries, fire. Fire is the cardinal of the Aries is the cardinal of the fire signs. And like all the cardinal signs, they are leaders. They get things done. They can be a little stubborn. Yes, the cardinal signs can be stubborn, like the fixed signs. Aries is the baby. If Pisces is the elder of the zodiac, then Aries is the baby of the zodiac. So that's that new beginning of things, right? And things of that nature. I don't know too much with Aries. They are good people. They are hot-headed. They're ruled by Mars, so definitely, they can be hot-headed. I don't get too much with Aries. All right, so let's see what's cooking for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do you guys need to know in Aries? In Pisces season. All right, so we have here the Tower card. So Scorpio energy, middle of the deck is the crown chakra. All right, so that's up here. And bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune, Capricorn energy, number 10. All right, so Aries, you have here rebuild, 16 breaking down to 7. All right, there's that guardian angel there for you guys. Tower moments happen very fast. Things need to fall apart before something better can happen. And this might be a spiritual thing happening for you, Aries. We're in Pisces. Pisces heavily inundated with spirituality. All right, so you could be having a heart chakra moment. So and or a crown chakra moment. So tingling in your head, tingling in your heart palpitations. Again, disclaimer, I'm not a medical professional, but if you have definitely if you have some medical issues, some heart medical issues, you want to check this out. But this is more like heart chakra. So listening to some of the YouTube hertzes that they have there, the frequency. I think this is, what frequency is this? Wait, hold on. Let me put my other glasses on. So this is 639 hertz for the heart chakra. Okay, I'm actually listening to the heart chakra right now. That's why I like this one. Right, Aries. So tapping into that frequency, but things are going to be happening fast. So you could be feeling a lot of fluttering, a lot of, like I said, heart palpitations, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, what is going on? Like, did I drink a lot of coffee today? Or what's going on? Just your heart chakra is being activated. This is bringing in love. This is bringing in love for self. This is bringing in also the archangel, whoever's assigned to that chakra. I forgot who it is, but definitely there's something happening that's realigning your heart chakra or crown chakra that's needed at this time. Let's clarify a little bit more. What is this Tower? You could be feeling pain in your legs, okay, or in your definitely your lower extremities. So like from your hips all the way down to like your calves. All right. Again, these are I honestly don't feel that this is anything medical. I feel more of it as, um, you know, our bodies, some of us are more tapped into the earth than others. So, you could be feeling like solar flares or, certain frequencies that other people don't feel. And that is probably what's going on with you. And it's probably something new. And you can explain it. You're trying to figure out what is this all. But this is all like your body being realigned. All right. And it happens fast, and that's probably why you're like more concerned, like, what is all this? Why, things are just happening all of a sudden to your body. um I would just say, definitely want to stay hydrated, move that body, and listen to some hertz on either on YouTube or downloading an app where you can do some type of meditation. Okay, yeah. So you have the Eight of Wands here, fire energy. There you go, showing up, clarifying this Tower card. All right, so divine messages could be coming in. That's why I say you could be feeling tingling in your head. That's them tapping in, giving you downloads. Middle of the deck is the Two of Pentacles here, and bottom of the deck is the Five of Wands. So this could be it's definitely, this is like archangel energy, but this is also could be like an angel guide or a relative that is like an earth angel. Okay, that is giving you messages. Is It's almost like somebody's like the battery to your back. All right, but they're giving you like the things that you need to hear, or yeah, there. And it could sound combative, but try not to take it that way. You might lose your temper because we're very in like this temperamental like environment right now. But this is all like for your betterment, Aries. All right, with that 8 there, this could, I feel like there's karmic things being cleansed and cleared up out of your way. Okay. Yeah, with the Five of Wands, that's that backbiting, that kind of energy where you just want to like fight and defend yourself and things of that nature. This is not the time for that. If we have Mercury retrograde happening, we just, tune. The theme for everybody, regardless of what sign you are, is to tune out the outside noise and get right within yourself, because everything's going to still keep happening. The world is going to continue circling and revolving, right? But what affects you will affect you. And if you consume all the outside noise and energy, it's going to affect you. And, that's not the best thing. So tapping in with yourself and getting, listening to these frequencies and things of that nature are going to help. Okay. So, but if you also really feel like you are having some kind of issues with your body, whether it be your legs, your heart, mainly your heart, you could get like head tingles and things of that nature. You may be feeling like you're having, I don't know, there's some kind of like medical term for that, like the creepy, it feels like little ants are running around in your head or something like that. If you want to get a specialist, check it out, fine. But this is really like more spiritually shaking up things in your body. But definitely consult a physician if you feel something's really out of tune. Okay. All right, so let's move on to the love department for you, Aries. Could be dealing with a Scorpio or a fire sign like yourself. Your love language, you got love language, quality time. Be witness to each other's lives. Okay, so you could be, like I said, dealing with another Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or Scorpio. You are worthy, middle of the deck. Bottom of the deck is magnetism. Okay, so quality time, intimate time, and intimate settings. Instead of going out like to a big crowded restaurant, or maybe going to like the park, or somewhere small and intimate, so you can like have these kind of communication, have this uh, communication where it's like you can hear the person. Like when you're out and about where it's a crowd, it's hard to really like engage with the person, especially if this is somebody new that you're dealing with or you're wanting to get to know Aries. You know, maybe finding a smaller environment, uh, you know, to get to know one another, right? It would be key. All right, clarify, what is this quality time? And the Eight of Wands has to do with communication. So you definitely want to be somewhere where it's more intimate and you can get to talk to one another, like really close to close. I mean, close to close, face to face, right? Yeah, I like you. Someone likes you, romance is blooming, fun flirting, want to date. So as I said, you know, getting out there, if you are getting out in that dating scene, it's you know, going to a smaller setting or private place, maybe your house, um, or like I said, the park. Like that's what I'm saying, Pisces will do that. Pisces will be like, yeah, let's go. You know, listen, me and my husband, when we were dating, we didn't have two nickels to rub. Well, we had some nickels to rub together, but he was a part-time student, I was a full-time student, and he was working part-time. And this was like, I don't know, was it our second date, or I don't know, but it was like very early in the relationship, right? And we were down Midtown Manhattan, and there was the halal stand, right? For those that don't know what the halal carts are, they are like Muslim food or blessed food, but in Arabic or Islam, right? And we ordered, we got a plate, a container on the street with halal rice and chicken. And we got two forks, sat down in the middle of, this is like 50 something street down in Manhattan, right? Midtown Manhattan. It's busy. It was in the evening. It was like 5 o'clock maybe. And we're sitting down, talking, eating this food. That's as simple as it is. And I wasn't like, oh, you know, he doesn't have any money. We could have went across the street to the seafood place and stuff like that. And it was like, it is what it is. And I had a great time. We talked, we laughed. We got to know each other a little bit more. We're sharing this food, right? We got our sodas sitting next to, and it was cold. It wasn't like a summer day either. It was like maybe fall or something like that. So yeah, Aries, even if you're outside in like a park, having this quality time with this person, that's all that matters. All right. So that is your message for for Pisces season. Let's move on to Leo. My other favorites. My five favorites, but my top is Pisces. So Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Leo is the sixth of the fire signs. Oh wait, I didn't clarify. Hold on a second. Oh yeah, I did. Okay. Sorry. Moving along. So Leo is the sixth of the fire signs. They could be a little stubborn, but they love big. They love quality stuff. They're big on family, like how a Cancer is, how a Pisces is, how a Taurus is. Big on family. Just some signs just show a little bit differently. Not to say that none of the signs, but these are the main signs in my humble opinion and my observation, and even some other readers will say that certain signs possess a different quality and how they show it towards family, right? So Leo, what let me just check the comments really quickly. They are the sun. My pink sugar's in the building. So she said, I love Aries. Do you? My stepsister is an Aries, and that is as far as it goes. I don't know any other Aries like that, which is weird. And I have a lot of fire placement in my chart, so I don't know. But whatchamacallit. I guess I have to get out there, I guess. So Leos, right? What else can I say about them? They're the sun. They shine. Like Cancer, their moon. They shine. So, they may be a little egotistical, but it's because you can't, you could get the clouds to cover the sun a little bit, but the sun's always going to shine, so how do you know what I mean? Leos are dope. So that's what I got to say. So Leo, your message for Pisces season is open up. Middle of the deck is sadness and isolation. And bottom of the deck is giving and receiving, which you're very good at. So, you guys don't have that problem. Opening up, maybe you might have that problem. So, we got number 4 here. All right. So that's being grounded, but not being in that box, because you are a fixed sign. So you're going to be in this little confinement. You, like everybody else, while I tell everybody else to chill and relax, you are the one that needs to come out. Shine. We need your sun. We need the flare. We need the love, Leo. We need the warmthness of you. So open up. Be careful though while opening up, because Venus is in Pisces, and as I said, it could be one night stand type thing. And just be careful about how far you're willing to open up, right? And how far you're willing to give, or how much you're going to receive from others, right? What are we taking account of, things of that nature. You also could be getting that crown chakra energy tapping in with you, downloads, spiritual downloads. Look, we're in a lunar eclipse energy. So those who are susceptible to this type of energy, you're going to feel it. And Leo is sun. So we just finished a solar eclipse about 2 weeks ago. That was the sun. Now we're in the moon. Okay. So you're going to feel this energy. Let's clarify a little bit. What is this open up? If this is a male Leo, he may need to open up his feminine energy. Okay, so feeling a little more, being a little less aggressive and a little more lighthearted. Okay, tenderhearted. So for that aspect, what is this? Okay, so we got the 8 of Pentacles here, clarifying. Middle of the deck is the Tower card, and bottom of the deck is the King of Wands. So there you go. Here's the middle of the deck, and bottom of the deck is the King of Wands. So the 8 of Pentacles is like working on yourself or at work. This is, earth energy. Okay, so it could be dealing with an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. But as I was just saying, with that open up, it's like you can't keep your head to the grounded to your work all the time. Like, you may need to take a little break, instead of doing work in the inside, maybe taking it outside, taking your computer, going outside on nice days, right? Obviously you're not going to be in it snowing unless you like that. But I feel like you're being introverted for some reason right now, Leo. I don't know why. It's none of my business, but I get it. Because, I have a lot of Leo placements too, and I don't really want to be bothered. So I understand. But this energy is asking you to be a little more, try a little tenderness, right? By Otis Redding, where it's maybe just even being a little tenderhearted on yourself, not necessarily anybody else, but not being so hard on yourself with work. Hey, listen, it's going to be there. Whether you get to it today or tomorrow, it's still going to be there, right? Working on yourself, that's an everyday for the rest of your life type thing. Like, just because you work out today, tomorrow, your body's not like buffed, right? You got to work on yourself every day. your mental. You got to work on that every day, right? So this is not a one-time solution. This is an ever evolving thing. But starting it now, like, coming out of your shell just a little bit, Leo, just a little bit for yourself, not necessarily for others, but coming, opening up a little bit, will help you. Okay. Let's see what's going on in the love department. Let's see what's going on in the love department. Nikki's in the building. Salute, Nikki. All right. So let's see what's going on in the love department for Leos. All righty. Like I said, you could be dealing with the earth sign. So like I said, Virgo, Capricorn, or a Taurus. Or a fire sign like yourself. Okay. So these two want to come out. Your love language. Everybody's getting love languages. I love it. So affirmations. Loving words holds great power. All right. So if this is what you have to tell yourself, so be it. We got middle of the deck is rendezvous. And bottom of the deck, it is safe for you to love. I don't really think this is really love with somebody else, Leo. I really think this is about you. And that's okay. Like, we are not always going to have this, if you have somebody in your life, then, encouraging them, building them up, there's some self-esteem, making them feel seen, making them feel you might be just too like into yourself at the moment that other people are not getting and receiving this acts of love, right? So that's what I'm saying, being open, being tenderhearted. But I really feel like this is about you. And you just being a little softer on yourself. Okay. Clarify this. Loving words hold great power. We got the Phoenix here. New phase, rekindle. Yeah, I'm not getting, maybe you are in a relationship and things are just like, they're there, we're chilling, we're cool. We got passion in the middle of the deck, having fun. It does say, what does it say? Open? No, having fun, liking each other. And then camera, bottom of the deck, reminiscing, keepsake, make memories, learn from the past. I really don't honestly think this is about that type of relationship thing with you, Leo. I really think that this is a relationship with yourself. A lot of people miss this mark. They want to know, they want to be engulfed with somebody else. And sometimes it's like, you got to work on yourself. That's what I'm saying. Like, working on yourself is an everyday, all day. If your shit's not right, how do you think you're going to be with somebody else? Like, and they got their shit. And what if they don't have their stuff together? And do you want that? Like, just for the sake of being in a relationship? Because we got Venus in Pisces. Like, no, you have to have a relationship with yourself first and foremost. Right? But if you are with somebody, maybe trying, to be a little, like I said, tenderhearted, lighthearted, opening up to them, putting that work aside for a second. If you're working at home, maybe take, 15-minute break from it, get back to it. You have your partner, call them, whatever, however it looks like for you, Leo, find a way. But in this season, be a little more open-hearted. Okay. All right. So next and last up is Sagittarius of the fire signs. This is the mutable energy here. They are my peculiar little creatures, as I call them, because again, these guys are unassuming, but they are firecrackers. They are firecrackers. And Sagittarius, you don't really hear a lot of stuff about Sagittarius is popping off, but they pop. They can light up a room and have fun and all that. But these guys, it's like, what? Sagittarius was acting out like that? Yes, I gave birth to one, and I'm telling you, she's so cool, quiet, chill, likes to have fun and things of that. But when I saw her man, listen, I saw her turn up. I was like, one, I was like, that's my child. But two, I was like, that she is really, it's like Jekyll and Hyde, like seriously, night and day with Sagittarius. So mutable, that energy, it flows. Um, when motivated, they will get the job done. They're also adventurers. They like to, travel and not really stay. I mean, they're good with relationships, but it's like they're the type that is just like, oh, I'm also good without a relationship, and really be good, because they're so like these little butterflies that just float around, and just they're happy with other things. Not doesn't have to be hooked up with somebody, right? So that's what Sag brings to the table. All right. So your card, Sagittarius, is the Star card. All right. So heal 17, breaking down to 8. So that's, karmic, abundance. Middle of the deck is shine, Leo card, Leo energy. And bottom of the deck is success and growth. All right. So this could be an expansion for you guys in regards to work. A reinvention of yourself during this time. You also, I think who was it, Pisces or Cancer, is breaking out some, shackles or, things restraining you. This could be regarding a job where it's just you're not seeing the growth. So during this time, it's reflection, it's thinking. We're in retrograde, so Mercury at that. So, thinking carefully before you make some leaps and bounds, Sagittarius. But also the Star card is about healing. So again, healing, traumas that happened in your maybe childhood or in relationship or at work. I had a job where it was PTSD. It took me years to get this job that caused me so much trauma, affected my health, that I really, so you could be having that type of thing where just, getting out and healing from those issues that you had. This could be health issues as well. Healing your mind. Okay. There's this abundance here, that 8-8 portal. Okay, so there's definitely this abundance, and it could be coming in the form of money. But once you see things out, see things through before you just leap and jump on the situation, really. Okay. This could be somebody that literally is breaking out, like leaving, getting out of an institution. That's deep, but that's a possibility. Somebody or this is you, or somebody close to you, that they're coming out of incarceration. Oh. But definitely, since we're coming into a new year, come April, right? That's the new year, technically. There's going to be a lot of changes for you, Sagittarius, financially, emotionally, mentally. Okay, breaking away from these things that have been holding you back, and it may be in your mind. Sometimes that's what it is. It's our mind, like holding us back from us growing. Okay. All right, let's clarify, what is this Star card here? This is Aquarian energy as well. The Star card is Aquarian energy. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius. Okay, so we got the Queen of Wands here in reverse. 9 of Cups, middle of the deck. Bottom of the deck is the High Priestess, so Pisces energy. This is fire here. So I don't know, maybe leaving home, breaking away from home, right? If you are at a certain age. I mean, listen, you could be a teenager, you could be a young adult, or you can be an older adult that had to live with mom or your parents because of circumstances. And now it's like, okay, I have this opportunity. I can leave now. So, stepping out away from, from under mom, um, or mom is someone, or grandma, someone maternal has transitioned over, but they're also going to be on your team here while you're going through this transformation, this cycle of healing, this cycle of growth, this cycle of success. So know that if you have somebody that's transitioned over, Sagittarius, they're going to be with you during this journey. Okay. All right, let's move on to your love department. Let's move on to the love department. And then next up is the earth signs. So we have Taurus. After Sagittarius, we're moving on to the earth signs, going according to their birthdays, everybody's birthday. My other favorite sign. Although Taurus lately has been, me and my son, boy, me and my son, like, sheesh. All right, so you guys, what is here for you? All right. Ooh, you got flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. That is really you, with the lightheartedness, not so much the flirty, but that is you, Sag. And then we got perfect match in reverse. Bottom of the deck is friendly support. This might not be anything serious that if you're dealing with somebody that's, Aquarian, or a fire sign like yourself. I think it's really just very lightheartedness. It's very in the moment. And we have Pisces, Venus in Pisces right now, or will be in the next day or two. That is going to also, Pisces will be in, Mars will be in Pisces at the end of the week. So definitely like this flirty, having fun, but it's like in the moment type thing. So just also be careful that it can be like a one night stand kind of thing, or maybe 2 night stand, but like nothing serious. Okay. Just be mindful about that. If you're a single Sag. What is this flirt? This could be very like so cutesy and lovey-dovey in your face type thing, but it's just flirting. It's very surface level, lighthearted. All right, the chaser. So chasing in a codependent relationship, fear of abandonment. So, okay, that probably is why you should be, cautious with this interest. All right, we got camera here. Keepsake, learn from the past, in reverse. And then bottom of the deck is cassette. This person could be like very, or maybe this is you. I don't know, Sagittarius, but what I'm getting is that somebody is very nostalgic, or they like the idea, and that's Pisces. They love the idea of love, but when you got to get to it, it's work, right? So just kind of like, I don't know, weed it out a little bit, because I feel like they may have fear of abandonment issues, have codependent relationships. So they're like chasing you because they think you're the one, Sag. And it's really like, I think they have like a misconception of what a relationship is. They've been watching too much Bridgerton or Sex in the City type stuff. Like, I don't think this person really understand. They could be a younger person or very immature. Okay, so just I don't know. Use your spidey senses, Sag, is all I gotta tell you. All right. Okay, so that's it for the fire signs. Let's get you your oracle, and then we will move on to the earth signs. So the wisdom oracle for the earth sign. Fire. Fire, fire, fire. It's too many. All right, so you guys have Archangel Phinio. Okay. Middle of the deck is past life guides. Yeah, there's definitely going to be some either past life guides, some guardian angels, some spirit guides, and some some deceased loved ones being in your journey right now. And bottom of the deck is Archangel Raziel, wisdom, inspiration, Akashic records. All right, so you guys, fire signs, have hope, optimistic, and new beginnings. Definitely with Sagittarius, right? With that new growth, we saw and optimism, and then that number 2 breaking down, that 20 breaking down to 2. So this could be a partnership happening. Again, somebody being brought to you in your time. I think that's for Aries. It's a season, right? So we have to look at these things as is. Like, try not to be so ahead of the game, where just take the moment for what it is. It's just the moment, and we go through it. And how we, need it through and get through it and get to the other side is another journey, is another story, right? But right now is the new beginnings, and this could be more so happening. So the end of the month, what is that? The 20th is going to be the beginning of the year. So the beginning of the spring, which is the beginning of the year. And so a lot of this stuff could be happening then. If it's not happening at the moment, just know that with this lunar eclipse, it's the precursor of moving you into this other direction for your betterment. All right, fire signs. So that's your message there. Okay, Taurus. Taurus is a fixed of the earth signs. And pain in my butt. I love Taurus. I love Taurus energy. They're the muscles. They get things done, even though they're stubborn because they're fixed energy. But like Cancer, like Leo, like Pisces, they are dependable. They wear their heart on their sleeves. They're also ruled by Venus. So, they love beauty. They love beautiful things. They're foodies. Cancers are foodies too. But, they, like I said, they can be a little stubborn, a little hard-headed. They also can get money and be bosses, all those good attributes about them. But they are stubborn. That's all I'm going to say. Like, me and my son's like, kind of like right now. Because my moon is in Taurus. His sun is in Taurus. So it's like, one of us got to budge. One of us got to budge. So, okay, let's see what's cooking for you guys in Pisces season. What do you guys need to know for Pisces season? Taurus, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Tauruses are emotional people, like Cancers. We're emotional. Don't play with our emotions, or we are big out. And then they'd be like, damn, I told you, don't ruffle Taurus's feathers. Leave them alone. They chilling out. They're not bothering anybody. Okay. That's too many. Let's get one more for Taurus. Okay. No, that's 2. So third chakra there. I saw that. I've definitely been getting headaches. Taurus, you could be as well. The pineal gland, that's the third eye right there. Okay. So you have High Priestess Pisces energy showing up. Listen, Taurus. All right, middle of the deck is share the love. Bottom of the deck is the Fool card. Okay, so trust. All right, so Taurus, you have here the High Priestess. Okay, Pisces energy. We're in, there's going to be a lunar eclipse happening the wee hours of the night going into the morning. High Priestess are very intuitive. It's a very intuitive energy. So that's why I said third eye. You could be getting some downloads there. Tapping in, intuitively, things are going to be just clicking for you, making sense. You could be a High Priestess if you're a female. Or you are dealing with the High Priestess, right? This is just somebody who's known with the occult knowledge, esoteric knowledge, right? When we talk about High Priestess, someone who is, like a foxy moon, could be, a spiritual alchemist, right? If you will. Or this is you, Taurus. This is that energy that's going to be taking place for you. So I feel like you guys might be seeing a different lens, where things are things might be super colorful for you, on high definition. In that view, there's it. Just follow me, Taurus. Just follow me. There are encoded messages, and it's just for you to read. That's that High Priestess occult knowledge is what I'm talking about, because it's hidden, right? Occult means hidden. And because we're in this lunar blood moon coming up, you'll just be seeing things a little differently. You may get headaches, and they can be migraines. Migraines can bring light sensitivity to you, seeing colors. If it gets too bad, obviously go, get help, get a doctor or see a doctor. But just know that that's really just what it's there's this otherworldly thing happening for you at this moment, Taurus. It's a good thing. I like this energy. And it's 2-2, so that's 4. So master number 2-2. You could have a master number. You might be a master number 22. You could have been born on the 22nd of May. What else? Or you'll be meeting with a Pisces, or you are dealing with the Pisces. Okay, let's clarify here. Trust this process, okay? This is just for you. There's a lot of high definition. I don't know. Maybe you may be interested in getting a TV that has high definition. Maybe you can't see. Maybe this is what's causing some headaches. I don't know. I don't know what that is. But all I'm saying is there's a lot of technicolor going on for you. All right. What is this? Priestess. But definitely listen to your intuition, okay? Got the Tower card here, another major arcana. So you got 3 major arcanas that showed up. So you got the Tower card here in reverse, clarifying this High Priestess. Okay, middle of the deck is the 3 of Swords. That has to do with relationships. 6 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, more relationships though. And Judgment right underneath that. Ooh, 7 of Pentacles. I don't know. Somebody's bringing you. You may be losing somebody and gaining somebody in the interim. And this could be a water sign. It could be it could be any. It could be water, air, or earth. Somebody you may be dropping a 0 and getting with a hero, and somebody coming through for you during this time. All right, Taurus. But also know that whatever you've learned, say religiously, you're tapped in with source, right? So what you're used to doing, maybe religious or spiritually, is about to shake up a little bit. And you might have been seeing the foundations of what you know starting to slowly crack. Okay. But this is the time where we're listening to our intuition and trusting the process. If you're involved with somebody, because the tower always has like two people coming out, there's always a man and a woman, or could be same sex, but there's always two people that are falling out of the tower. Okay. And like I said, with this 3 of Swords here and this 6 of Pentacles in reverse, there could be an ending to a relationship that, you know, you're evolving and it just isn't fitting into that narrative. That's why I'm saying the high definition, it might be you having an aha moment. You may be having the rose colored glasses, but not in the sense of seeing things all sweet. It's like shit, reality is kicking in and you're like, you know what? Nah, it's not fitting in this narrative. Okay. Like I say, you could be dealing with a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, earth sign like yourself, or air sign. Okay, so let's go into the love department, shall we? So maybe you're having your aha moment. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and see what's going on in the love department. And know that Scorpio is your sister sign. So Taurus and Scorpio, they're sister signs. So yeah, definitely this could be a relationship on the end. Okay. But it's like divinely orchestrated. Like these things are what needs to happen, you know. It's just not working out. Okay, what's going on in the love department? But I feel like then there's somebody else. It's like another water sign. I don't know, because I saw the devil card there. That's Capricorn energy, more earth energy. I don't know. There's a lot of like earth, water. There's an air there, but it's definitely like the dynamic of water and earth. And water and earth go together. So while one thing is not working out, something else is being ushered in and brought to you. So it, you know, we got to go through the process. That's all. This, if it doesn't happen now, like immediately, this can take place at the end of the month when spring is in the air. Okay. You have honeymoon here. Physical connection. Taurus. Taurus loves physical connection. And then we have unexpected connection. Bottom of the deck. See, that's what I'm saying. This, whatever's going on with you and the person now, it's supposed to happen because somebody else is coming along that's bringing the love that you need, the love that you may be giving to others, right? With the 6 of Pentacles, it's like you're always giving out to others, but it's not being reciprocated back. And if you're giving out to others, there's somebody coming in, specifically a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, that's going to be giving you that love. It really could be Pisces and Cancer. But you may be having an out with a Scorpio. And it's like another water sign is coming right in. Taurus, let me find out. You got all this water gushing in towards you, feeling you. Definitely an unexpected connection. Opposites attract. All right. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. This is a guardian angel bringing this to you. Okay. Yeah. Divine intervention. Clarify this, honey. This lunar eclipse is bringing this energy to you. It's opening a portal for you to, you know, for something else to come through. All right. Yeah, you got the Grim Reaper in reverse here, clarifying this honeymoon. So definitely an ending and then a new beginning. And that's just life. That is very so much life. We got Love Call, middle of the deck. And bottom of the deck is the heart with a key. At Taurus, somebody is somebody either knows what's going on in your life. And I don't want to say that they're plotting on you. I just feel like this person, whoever's coming along underneath this relationship issue that you're having, you know, they may love you, but I feel like they want to give you, I don't know. I'm tongue tied, Taurus. I'm just like flabbergasted right now. Like, I'm excited because Taurus really has been having some iffy readings lately. But I don't know. There's just somebody else coming in, and with that Knight of Cups, they're coming in fast. So it's almost like once this relationship, it's like almost no time to cool off. It's like once you get rid of this other situation going on here, it's like boop, the next person. And I don't know if you've been dealing with this other person, or maybe you have two people that's going on here. I don't know, Taurus. All right. I don't want to speculate. I'm just saying the other person that's waiting in the wings is definitely the better option and the better deal. I know that sounds bad, but it's just because they're going to be giving you back what you've been giving out, right? And you just haven't been feeling, the love like that, and so it's coming back to you. All right, Taurus. I'm here for it. Blink, blink, blink. I'm here for it. Okay, let's move on to Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Virgo is the mutable of the earth signs. Hold on, let me find Virgo. Shout out to my master teacher, my mama. She's a Virgo. She taught me all this stuff. Well, the astrology things. The cards was her grandmother, her great grandmother. So I get it from my mama. So Virgo, they're artsy. They're sister signs to Pisces. They are grounded in a different aspect of the way a Taurus and a Capricorn are, because those are earth signs. Being that mutable, they fluctuate, with things in life. And there's going to be a full moon this later on tonight, going into tomorrow, in the sign of Virgo. So how appropriate. It's in Pisces. It's the sister sign. So there might be some shifts going on for you, Virgo. All right, let's tap in. Let's see what's going on. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's see what's cooking for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay. Oh, see what I said, Virgo? You got joy and stability here. Number 4, definitely stability. We got middle of the deck is detach, the Justice card, Libra energy, and then bottom of the deck is the World card, embrace. I believe that's Capricorn energy. So, oh wow, I like this. And purple's my mama's favorite color. But that's royalty, Libra. Virgo, excuse me. That's royalty here. So joy and stability. Whenever we see the World card, that's a cycle. Okay, that's come to an end. This could be traveling. So in the next, couple of weeks, there could be traveling, or come April, there could be some traveling for you. Something that's bringing you joy. This could have to do with work. So traveling across the country, maybe to another state, maybe across the country, or to another continent, right? Which is just bringing you this joy and stability that you need. And if this doesn't take place now, I feel like you're starting to put your seeds in, right? Because April, where summertime is when you'll peak. So, definitely traveling in the summer, or picking up some work, like maybe at another I don't know, like another part of the world might be, what's bringing you joy, whatever's making you happy, Virgo. It's like you're going for it. All right. So let's see what else is here. Let's clarify, what is this joy and stability? All right. Six of Pentacles. So there we go. Earth energy, work. All right. So what are you sowing? What you sow is what you reap, right? Giving. The next earth sign is Taurus. So again, you have either the ends of April or seeing something towards maybe around your birthday, which is like the ends of August. That's like still like in the summertime. You got Judgment here, middle of the deck. And bottom of the deck is the Strength card, right? Leo, so August. Yeah, if you're just like wanting to implement now is the great time to do that. Seize that moment. But if you're like, screw this, I want to start traveling now, and you've already had like a nest egg saved up, or you've had some things saved up now, hey, whatever's floating your boat, make it happen. And now is your time. This is your divine time of money, or success being put back into you. Okay. As we were talking with Taurus and how it was the opposite, where it wasn't coming into Taurus, Virgo, you're getting that. It's coming into you. All right. But this is you making it happen. Okay. Okay. Let's see what's going on in the love department. So you could be dealing with another earth sign like yourself, or a Leo fire sign. Okay. Leo, Virgos. Okay. Maybe that could, I don't know. Can that work? That probably could work. All right, so what's going on in the love department for Virgos? Virgos, I like your reading. It was very straightforward. I think Sagittarius and Taurus got me a little choked up there. Had me wanting to dive a little deeper. I'm like, whoa, slow down now. High blood pressure. Oh, your moon. That's right. Pink's moon is in Taurus. Okie dokie. So, all right. So Virgo, let's see what's going on in the love department. Yeah, I had to see the neurologist over the last week or something like that. I was like, what is going on? Why I keep getting migraines? I haven't had migraines since I was a kid. Why is my head hurting me? But there could be other things too. I think it's age. So, okay. Whoa. So Virgo, you got a lot of stuff that wants to pop out for you in regards to love. I don't know what's going on there, but hold on now. All right. What do we have? So we got burning desire, natural evolution showing up. Middle of the deck is freedom in reverse. And bottom of the deck is romantic feelings. Very interesting. Because like I kind of feel there's somebody like in the cut, like in the wings, but that could be just somebody far out, and that's probably why I'm not getting something right now. This could be somebody coming in, like it says, a natural evolution. So through time, there could be another earth sign, like I said. But things could be picking up again in the spring, going into the summer. But it's like a slow burn. So somebody's just kind of like waiting off into the wings, or maybe this is you waiting off, like, let's see what else is out there. While you're traveling, Virgo, you never know who you'll meet. So, keeping your options open. and these things can come about. Just let the situation unfold naturally is what it says on the card, right? So not rushing anything. This is your time, your joy, and not letting anybody rob you from that. All right. Yeah, we got love here in reverse. That's your card. We got heartbreak in reverse. So you could be coming from a heartbreak. We got Cupid's arrow, bottom of the deck. So, something could have happened back around February, right? Well, are we still in February? No. Like Valentine's Day or whatever. There could have been this expectation of, romance and love and all this stuff like gaga, right? That comes along with that artificial holiday. That, it wasn't working for you. But know that while in your journey of finding joy and stability and traveling and doing you, that this could bring about somebody, okay? Because there's two people there. It's bringing about a partnership, okay? And it may be like a partnership as far as like work or work related, and then it blossoms into a relationship. Because I feel like you'll be, with this person often, that it brings that type of thing. All right, Virgo, so that is your message. That's what I have for you. And then we will bring Capricorn in, the last of the earth signs, and Capricorn is the father of the zodiac. That's that patriarch, discipline, ruled by Saturn, hard lessons, but they're the goats, and they definitely know how to get that money and be the bosses. They could be a little self-centered, a little selfish, a little bit selfish. What else? They can be a little stalkerish, kind of like that Pisces energy there. So that's a little something with Capricorn. And Capricorns are the cardinals of the earth sign. So, they are the leaders. They get things done. Do they necessarily finish it? No. But they will circle the block and they can get it done. All right. So, Capricorn, let's see what's cooking for you guys. Oops, that's the wrong card. All right. So, let's see. Saturn, Capricorn. Oh, that's too many. All right, so you have choose your battles. Ooh. Okay. And then we have the trust card again. And bottom of the deck is the healing begins. So heart chakra there. All right, so you have the Seven of Swords energy. The Seven of Swords energy gets a bad rap as being like a liar or betrayal or things of that nature, right? But I also look at the Seven of Swords as, I said what I needed to say, and I'm not coming back here to say anymore. It usually will have like two swords sticking in the ground while the person is running with the five other swords in their hands, right? So I look at it that way, where it's like, listen, I said what I had to say, and then I'm not circling the block again to tell you what. I don't have to lie to you. I don't have to besmirch you. I don't have to do anything. I said my piece, right? Because swords are air signs. I said my piece, and I said what I needed to say, and that's that. Now, however, it can mean deceit. It can mean, lying, backstabbing, right? So Capricorn, you want to choose your battles wisely, who you're talking to. This could be at work. I wouldn't be disclosing too much information to, my work people, just because, things could be used against you. It could get misconstrued. We are in Mercury retrograde. You also have healing battles at the bottom of the deck here. So, maybe having to just heal some wounds that, were said that it's time for you to just heal these things and move on. This could be regarding family as well. I feel like for some of us, we have some childhood issues and traumas that have been hard for us to deal with. Certain times of our lives, things come back up and it resurfaces, but it's for us to heal. We got to let that shit go, or it will fester inside of us. We will be angry. We will not be productive. And then you'll be taking it out on everybody else because you're sitting there brooding and mad, because that's what you do, Capricorn. I know this. You sit there and you let the shit brew and fester, and then you don't want to deal with nobody else. But it's like, maybe you got to deal with yourself. It's not just only you, Capricorn. Okay? So choosing your battles. Okay? Now, let's clarify a little bit more. What is this choose your battles? This is definitely childhood stuff. Like, you might have felt like you didn't have anybody in your corner protecting you, vouching for you, feeling seen and not heard. But this stuff is bigger than you. Like, it's just, you gotta just, are you going to be harping on this energy, or, and because Pisces is that water sign that will have us like that, you're going to have to get this tough love and just face reality. So we got we got more 7 here, 7 of Wands. So fire energy. Okay. With the 7 of Swords here. Protecting your energy, right? So that's why it says choose your battles. Is protecting the energy, protecting your energy, and not giving everybody a piece of you during this time. You got the High Priestess, middle of the deck, that's Pisces energy, and then the King of Swords here, more air energy in reverse. Okay, so you could be dealing with an air sign, or you could be dealing with a fire sign. But this is for you, again, to definitely choose and pick and protect your energy. 7 is a highly spiritual number, so being intuitive with that High Priestess there is definitely being intuitive, listening to yourself. Okay, facing the man in the mirror, but definitely listening to yourself before listening to outside opinions and voices, etc. All right, so let's see what's in the love department for you, Capricorn. Oh, Hurricane is Capricorn. Salute to Hurricane. He came through earlier. Okay. Right. Like, we 50. It's like, how much, you know what I mean? Like, and we can't keep blaming always our childhood. Like, we're grown. You know what I mean? Like, when do you take accountability of yourself? Some people just... Okay. All right. So express your love. You got life partner, middle of the deck. Bottom of the deck is the perfect match in reverse. So they may not be the perfect person, but this is your person. Express your love here. Go ahead and make your romantic gestures. All right. So that's who you should be opening up and talking to, not going off and telling everybody else about what's going on in your life, your business, the work thing, like, your energy is being misdirected. It needs to be pulled back in and pulled in a private setting, right? So being with your person, and expressing your love there, kind of like Leo, it's that tenderness, trying that tenderness there. Okay, let's clarify, what does this express your love? So we got ascending, yes, learning, new phase, prepare for a union. This could be somebody coming in, in a union. Maybe, hold on, we got mirror here, bottom of the deck. Introspect and reflect. So you definitely have to do some reflection. And I don't know which one it was now, but I said it before to one of you guys here in the deck is, how can you think you can go and love another person? And yes, you could love another person, right? But if you don't love them the right way, it's because you weren't loved the right way and you don't know how to love. So how could you do that? You know what I mean? So we have to try to love ourselves and take care of ourselves first and foremost, the best way that we can, so we can give it to our partner, so we can give it to our children. So we're not creating this cycle again of what we grew up with and try to change what what we're trying to get out of. Right. So this relationship is it's transcending obstacles. So, maybe you're having some communication issues now. Well, Venus is going to help you because it's in Pisces, and that's a really nice sign for it to be in. It's about that lovey-doveyness. It's about, having these one-on-one conversations. Again, getting out of that noise and around other people and getting into your ear, or you involved in the other outside worldly things. It has nothing to do with you and your partner. Well, it does, but it doesn't, right? It's not affecting you directly. So being you may have some ideas of what a relationship looks like because of what you were used to or grew up with, but you set the stage. You set what it is that you want and what you're not gonna tolerate, etc. Right? Protecting your peace. This is what you're getting rid of, what you're protecting, what you're what you will accept, right? Choosing your battles. All right, Capricorn. So that is your reading for Pisces season. Okay, so that is it for the earth signs. And we will get your oracle. My battery's about to die. Oh no. Plug this in. It ain't so. Okay. So your wisdom oracle for the earth signs is, let's get that out the way. And then we're moving on to Gemini. Air signs next up. Okay, so what does the earth need to know? Okay. So you guys have emotional desert, inactivity and isolation, number 11. All right. So middle of the deck is balance. That's Taurus and Capricorn. It's that reciprocating and learning how to balance out this emotions. And then you got phase entanglement, emotional influence, leaving that chitter chatter out, Capricorn. So you may, like I said, whoever was Taurus was feeling that way or something like that with this, emotional desert, the lack of, feelings, the lack of any feeling like there's no one around you. Sometimes you have to be in isolation, you got to remove yourself away from certain things so that you can grow. Because look, once you do that, see that little desert, the little, not the what is it, mirage, but there's something growing there. So, and it takes time. And eventually this will flourish out and you won't have this isolation. Now you can come out. We're coming out of this cocoon season, right? We're coming out of the winter. We're going into a new year, which is springtime. Spring is the birth, not January. January is the fiscal year, the new year. And then we have the Chinese New Year, which is the year of the horse. But for us, overall, spring is the new year. It's when things are growing. So we're still in our hibernation. We're still in our isolation, and there's nothing wrong with that. You may be itching because you want to get outside and be outside, and I get it. but sometimes we got to have this time to grow and reflect so that we can, new season, right? So that's what I have for you, earth signs. All right, air. Gemini's up next. Sun, moon, rising, and Venus, Gemini. Gemini is the mutable of the air signs, the airheads. Gemini is crazy. They're the twins of the zodiac. They I don't know if it's two-faced. There's two different personalities going on with Gemini. Definitely a big difference between a May Gemini and a June Gemini. June Geminis is very spicy. So I gotta say they're very spicy. But yeah, I mean, they're analytical, they're the air signs are analytical thinkers, they're cerebral, they're all up in their head. Kind of Pisces is like that too. Pisces gives that kind of energy where they're always up there, and they need to come down. So, Gemini, I think, is a little more, they can be a little more understanding, but again, they are mutable, so they can sway however. They can be a little tricky. All right, aka Donald Jonathan Trump. Okay, I don't need to say anymore. See what he's doing. So let's get what Gemini needs to know in Pisces season. Okay, that was fast. All right, so you got the solar plexus. All right, stomach, in the stomach area, that's your solar plexus. Middle of the deck is just breathe. Bottom of the deck is find balance. See? Air signs, find that balance. And your card is the solar plexus. You got 33, master number 33. That could be your life path number, or your soul urge number, or you were born in the month of March on the 3rd, so tomorrow. Okay. No, you wouldn't, because you're a Gemini. So you would be a master number 33. Or born on the 3rd of what is that, June. Okay. So the solar plexus has to do with your, like I said, the stomach area specifically, or just right underneath your breastplate there, right? So you may need to find some balance, getting those chakras in line, but specifically the solar plexus, and listening to those hertz that I'm listening to right now on YouTube. That helps with alignment. Disclaimer, not a medical professional, but you could have some kind of like digestional issues, specifically like in the stomach. So the stomach, the intestines, because that's part of digestion. All right, that you may need to work out. If you're having too much issues there, definitely see a doctor. Okay. The lovers underneath that. So if you're dealing with somebody, Gemini, that's the lovers card there. Somebody could be lightening up those butterflies in your stomach at the moment. So be feeling all this, warmth inside, and so it's just finding the balance, Gemini. And you guys fluctuate, so you gotta I feel like that solar plexus chakra is what's going to be helping you get aligned with yourself there. Now let me see what in the card, in the sacred or the psychic tarot for the heart deck that I'm reading out of. Let me just see what it says with the solar plexus. So it is a fire energy. Okay, so the sun, because solar, it's a fire energy there. And yes, it is located in the navel area, just below the rib cage. Okay, so it represents power, willpower, self-esteem, and confidence. This is associated with clairsentience, which is like that inner feeling. So your gut instinct, right? Your gut chakra. And so, you want to maybe wear some yellow shirt, or eat some fruits and vegetables that are in the yellow family, right? So bananas is one. uh, I would even say oranges if you like oranges, but definitely squash. So incorporating yellow foods into your diet will be good, helping you. Like I said, there could be some issues there digestively that you may need to work on. Okay, so that's one thing there. Okay, so let's go ahead and move to. Let me clarify really quickly. What is this? Um, the solar plexus. What else do we need to know about that? Because masculine energy as well. All right, so you got the Nine of Wands clarifying this solar plexus. So that's fire energy. Leo, you could be dealing with a Leo, an Aries, or Sagittarius. But, and bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups, your water energy. What's the middle of the deck? I didn't get the card there. So I didn't get the middle of the deck card. But the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups. So that's water energy, Pisces showing up there. So definitely, yes, you definitely want to, um, you know, even it doesn't hurt to get like a physical from the doctor and seeing there may be some hidden things going on. There could be things as uh, pancreatic cancer, those kind of things that we want to make sure that we're our gut health is good, right? What is it, colonoscopy, because that has to do with the colon cleansing. So definitely want to seek if you're having any issues there. If not, it's just making sure balancing, keeping it balanced, keeping it maintained, doing the solar plexus chakra work, and eating things that have that color. Yeah, because this is that feel good, and it's that energy that fuels you up, and it's what's needed. But don't overindulge. That's why it says just balance, right? Find balance rather. So finding the balance, not overindulging too much on one or the other. Okay. So let's get into the love department and see what's going on there. Yeah, nine is about is an ending, and with the Nine of Wands, you might have had some old issues happening there in your intestinal area. So just know that you don't want to stir up what you've just been going through. So just definitely be careful of what you're eating. Your gut health, Metamucilix, something to help you're regulating yourself in your stomach. Okay. Okay. What is this? So divine timing and benefit of the doubt. All right, that's just too much. Let me take another. Well, you know what? We'll do it because I think I took two for somebody else. All right, so we got third party, middle of the deck. Bottom of the deck is let your friends help you. I really don't like this card too much, but whatever. So we got divine timing and benefit of the doubt, trusting your gut intuition. So if you've been having a doubt about somebody, it's the time now where you're trusting your gut instinct. This is somebody that, yes, you shouldn't have any doubts about. This is somebody that you should give the relationship a chance. And a serendipitous events can happen, now if you're not with anybody, then know that this is serendipity happening. This is a divine timing bringing somebody to you. But if you are with somebody, Gemini, you've been having maybe some doubt and are not too sure. That's why we trust on our gut intuition. So we got the two brains there. It's your gut and then it's the solar plexus, right? That gives us our intuition here and then in our stomach. So when and our heart, really, there's three. But for you guys, it's that when you kick that spidey sense inside your belly, that's the right one. This is the right thing. So know that whoever you're with could be a fire sign. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, they'll lighten things up for you and letting it be known. And this is where you reciprocate and give it back. And you've probably been feeling it. You just kind of been on the fence about it. But yeah, this person's for you. Letting your friends help you. Now, this could be like because it did say third party. So, if you're not with anybody right now, Gemini, a friend could be like trying to hook you up with somebody. And that's where you're like, I don't know about all that stuff. I don't really do that. But trust and believe, divine timing. This could be that one for you. All right, let's clarify. What is this divine timing and benefit of the doubt? Okay, let's see. This could be somebody overseas, somebody in England, the UK. So you got butterfly, relationship evolving to the next level, healing the inner child and growth. Middle of the deck is the photograph. Bottom of the deck is the camera, reminiscing, keepsake, making memories. So yeah, a butterfly is that evolution, right? When we see butterflies, we know that it went through an evolution. It went through its cocoon chrysalis stage, right? And now it is evolved. So yes, this relationship can and will evolve. It's trusting this process, trusting divine timing. But this is you trusting. This is your gut instinct. When you feel it, right? The butterflies in the stomach, this person could be giving you butterflies. That's all that good, feel good, I like it, Gemini. Just go with it. Okay? That's what I have for you, Gemini. All right, next up, Libra. So, word on the street is, I didn't make this up. So do not come after me, Libras, aka Brother Maybach. All right, because it is written out there that the Libras, like Scorpio, like Aquarius, they're a little more overt, flirty, if you will. They're out there, okay? And that's just what it is. They, they're out there. They like, what they like, and they act on it. The Libras are the cardinals of the zodiac, of the air signs. They are the scale, so it's balance. But they can kind of sway a little bit. They give me more mutable than cardinal. But they do, with cardinals is taking charge, it's the leadership. Wally's in the building. Salute, Wally. They are, yes, it's a leadership role, but Libras definitely give me more of a mutable energy because they can be a little like wishy-washy. What else about Libras? But balanced, fair, just. They're also ruled by Venus, so that's why for the men specifically, like if they see a beautiful woman, they're definitely going to try to shoot their shot. And they like nice things because that's what Venus rules, is that beauty. So money. So definitely they could be diplomats, lawyers, advocators, things of that nature. They're cerebral, like in their head a lot. So yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and read for Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay. So you guys have refusing to see. Define the balance came up again for you guys, and bottom of the deck is daydreams and decisions. Okay. So Libra, you have here refusing to see. Okay. So not tapping in with that third eye. But you need to open up now. We got this Pisces energy. This is the perfect time to see things for what it is. You are the scale, so that's that 2 there. So somebody could be coming in partnership, or this is you coming into your spiritual partnership with the physical, and you may be like, I'm not, I don't really believe in that. I don't see it. It's not resonating with me. Listen, it is what it is. And I feel like if you are always keeping the cerebral of you happening, then you're not going to let in the spiritual. And I feel like because it's not tangible and you can't record it, right? It's not real for you, but it is just as real as the physical, Libra. Okay, let's see what else is here. Let's clarify, what is this refusing to see? Maybe because daydreams is definitely like a Piscean energy, and decisions, right? So it's like I don't, if it's not real, if it's not tangible, it's not real for you. But the spirit world is just as real, just because you can't see it. Now it's up to you to believe it. It's up to you. All right, let's see what's this refusing to see. Okay, so we got the 3 of Swords. Oh, now I see why. Now I see why. So we got the Queen of Cups showing out, the 6 of Swords. Bottom of the deck is the 5 of Swords. I see, because you just this air energy here. So the 3 of Swords has to do with bad breakup, an ending to a marriage, an ending to a partnership, betrayal, just disrespect. The 5 of Swords here. So there you go, just showing up in this reading. But everything is a season, and maybe this is a learning lesson in this relationship. And it's for you're refusing to see it because you're hurt right now. Got it. But also realize that there's a learning experience in this. You could have been dealing with another air sign like yourself, so a Libra, Aquarius, or a Gemini. But these are learning experiences so that you can be more in tune and enlightened with not only yourself, but the next relationship that happens to come along your way. And that's really just it, making those decisions, and there's going to be some heartache and pain and tears, and the sun seems like it never comes out, but trust and believe it will. It does. So, all right, let's move on to the love department. Sheesh. Okay. All right. right, so we have here codependency in reverse. Um, Psychic connection, middle of the deck in reverse. Bottom of the deck is tease. So there could have been just like this. I don't want to say toxic, but yes, toxic relationship. Okay, somebody just maybe was being codependent either on drugs or sex or on you, Libra, and it just, you know, and that's probably all these things happening, simultaneously is just like that's your tipping point. All right. Let's clarify here what's this codependency in reverse. There could have been some cheating there. Like I said, somebody, regarding sex. We got the runner here in reverse. Abundance, middle of the deck. Keeping a positive mindset. I know it's easier said than done, but yeah. So we got stabbed in the back, bottom of the deck. Heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. A lot of air energy here, but this is also air. The swords is also about intuitiveness. So it's like you don't want to see the hurt, don't want to deal with the hurt, don't want to feel the hurt. But at some point, it's coming to a realization. Like once you go over the horizon and you're like, I see what happened, this, that, and the third. You can learn from these things. These are all teachable moments. All teachable moments. What you did wrong, what they did wrong, what you're not going to do the next time around, right? With this runner here, it's running in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy. So somebody could have been having fear of intimacy, only probably because they were doing something to somebody else. This could have been you, Libra. I'm not in your business like that, but yeah, just know that, I don't know, there's some type of like maybe sexual, whatever, Libra. But it's a learning moment is all I gotta say. So refusing to see is not the good thing. Keeping your banners over your eyes, it's not the best thing. And it's going to be shown. If this hasn't happened, it may happen. It will. This lunar eclipse is going to show you some stuff. Somebody could be running around town, sneaking behind your back, and you not knowing it. But things will come to light. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, Libra. But again, teachable moments. So let's move on to Aquarius. My other favorite sign. I love the energy of Aquarius. Can I say that? I love the energy of Aquarius. It is so like ghosting, like I will be here, but I'm removing myself. Not even like on purpose. It's just they just move differently. It's a fixed air sign. So they're the water bearers. They bring this information to you. It's very fluid. It's not even like it should be a fixed sign. It should be a mutable sign because it's very fluid in its energy. It has to do with technology. It has to do with humanitarian ism. It's a really dope sign. I really like Aquarius energy. I've never personally been with an Aquarius, except for myself. My rising is Aquarius, but I just really like the energy of Aquarius. So that's why I put it in my top 5. Every time I say Aquarius is in my 5, it is because of that energy. It's innovating. It's otherworldly, right? It's almost alien-like, right? They're different. They beat to their own drum. They don't like conformism. They don't like authoritative people. They're just out in their own world, and they can come back and be in this world, and then they'll leave again. And that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like this ghosting, and it's like, I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm just here for a time, and then I'm not. And I like that. So, okay, Aquarius, this is the last of the air signs: Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay. That's gross there. Let's get this. Okay. So you guys have Blossom, the Judgment card. Okay. Interesting. Middle of the deck is the Crown Chakra. Bottom of the deck is New Vitality, the Ace of Wands. I know I was going to see that card. Oops, sorry. Let me change the banner. Aquarius. My bad. I was talking about Libras. Okay. All right, Aquarius. So your card is Blossom, the Judgment card here. So new beginning again for you as well, like a couple of other signs, and I can't stress enough how spring is the new year, right? So whatever seeds you've been dropping along the winter season, or maybe even last year or the last 2 months, or maybe the last 20 years if you're old like myself. Well, I ain't old, but I'm up there. I'm 50. I'll be 50 in July. So 20 years, yeah, that's a long time for some things to be, life changing. And it's your time to shine. Judgment is in your favor. Archangel Gabriel bringing that news, sounding the trumpets, ringing the alarms for you, Aquarius. Vitality, new vitality here. This is the Ace of Wands. So this is definitely a new beginning for you, right? Awaiting results right underneath that. Okay. All right, so let's see what this blossom, clarify this blossom. So the Nine of Swords and the Hierophant there. So stress with traditions, parents. So I said the last 20 years, you could be 20 years now. You'd be like, yeah, it's time to change up. You're having a phoenix moment. What is this blossom here? Judgment. This could be bringing in a relationship too for you, Aquarius. A partnership. If you are like engaged to somebody, or because you could go to like the judicial system instead of like doing the religious ceremony, going to the courts. Okay, that'll work out for you. If you're wondering, should you do that? Let me shuffle these cards. Hold on, Aquarius. Shuffle this real quick. Somebody could be pregnant, or you've been trying to get pregnant, Aquarius. If this is a female Aquarius, that also is going to be working in favor for you. All right, yeah. So we have the Knight of Pentacles here. So definitely something that you've been, putting. The Knights are usually fast, but not Pentacles. Pentacles is something that takes a while for it to grow. So like I said, if you've been implementing something for a while, sowing those seeds, the time is coming. It could be coming at the end of the month, because that also is when the spring solstice, the spring equinox happens. You have the Knight of Cups. I saw this while I was shuffling. This is somebody bringing a love offer to you, and bottom of the deck is the Eight of Swords. You don't want to face that reality, but the reality is love might be blossoming in the air for you, and it could be coming in the sign of an earth sign. So Taurus is a fixed sign, another fixed sign, Capricorn or Virgo. It was somebody definitely wants to offer, like I said, an engagement, a commitment. It's not going to be this fast overnight type commitment. This is something that has been, growing, or this is a renewing of vows. It probably is a 20-year anniversary. That is something for you to renew. Absolutely. So just, you may be in your head about these things. But yeah, or maybe you've been planning, maybe you had a court wedding, but you want like the beautiful reception of that, and you probably couldn't afford it, and now you can, and you've just kind of been like in your head about it. Well, with planning and strategizing and financially being okay and secure about this, yeah, you definitely can do this now. You could wait until it gets a little warmer. You have Taurus season coming up, so that's in May. You can have a May wedding. Okay. So whatever you're putting your heart's desire, or whatever has been sitting in your heart's desire, yes, the answer is yes. Things will come to fruition for you definitely within the next couple of months. Okay. Let's move on to the love department, because it looks really good, Aquarius. I like it a lot. If you're a single Aquarius, love is in the air for you, coming up in the next 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. There's March, April, okay, or May. All right, what is in the love department? Okay. We got time apart. Middle of the deck is calling in your soulmates. In reverse, bottom of the deck is freedom. And then we got reaching out underneath that. Okay, so time apart, a time of separation. So this could be somebody that is working either overseas, or they're on the, they're like in their police force. This could be aviation. Again, there's these worries of, for some of you, I feel like, Aquarius, you have like a worry or a doubt of maybe this relationship not blossoming or blooming the way you want it to, or the way you think it should be. But it's all like, listen, you can't rush a flower to grow. There's a process, right? So we have to allow nature to take its course, and that is not only with the physical nature, but the nature of love. Right? We got to let things go according to plan. Sometimes when we rush it, it spoils. Like even with cooking and baking, like we can't rush things. If it's good, we're not going to rush it. You got to let it fall into place, Aquarius. What is this time apart? They could be living at a distance from you too. Maybe Florida or Arizona, California. They might be like I heard conductor. I don't know if conductor makes sense to you, but I wanted to say an air pilot. This time apart. Okay. Sunglasses. So watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting. Yeah, I just feel like you may be like a little hung up on, is this relationship going to take off? Listen, you got to let time grow organically and naturally with this relationship. Karmic relationship in reverse. So letting what you were used to before is not the same thing with this person now. Okay. Yes. And they definitely could be like an airline pilot. That's interesting. So maybe that's why you're questioning, like, is this, or you are the airline pilot and you're like, well, how can I have like a substantial relationship and I'm always like traveling? Well, things will come into place. And if it's like they keep saying, if it's meant to be, it'll be. And yes, it sounds cliche, but honestly speaking, you got to let these things grow. I feel like this person may not be around you all the time, Aquarius. So you're questioning, you know, you know, you're just questioning it. And I get it. We all do, right? We always question these things, but just know that this relationship is right where it needs to be. Okay. No less, no greater. Now, if you are in a relationship, like long term, you've been married for 20 years or whatnot, and you may not have had the money 20 years ago to do a big celebration. Now you can. The answer is yes. Is yes. Okay. Only if you want to. Now, if you don't want to be engaged, of course, the answer is totally up to you. However, somebody is coming in with an offer to you, Aquarius. All right. So that's what I have for you, air signs. Let's get the wisdom oracle for the air signs. And then we will wrap up the reading. And you could be dealing with a earth sign, like I said. I don't know if I did say that. So Taurus, Virgo, yeah, I did. Okay, sorry, my bad. Losing oxygen here. I need to eat, drink, sleep, and be merry. All right, what does the air signs need to know? Air signs. Okay, so you guys have beneath the surface, hidden truth, something unknown. Okay, 31 breaking down to 4. Middle of the deck is the journey guide. Travel, change in location. See, and then there's an airplane there. So that Aquarius, it's just changing. And karmic lessons again, bottom of the deck, past life guides. Okay, so air signs. Things will come to light for you guys, especially in this lunar eclipse happening here. Yep, there goes the moon right in the corner. All right, so during this lunar eclipse, things will be coming more in tune for you. The hidden stuff, the hidden truths will be coming up for you. A Libra coming up. So yes, learning lessons, you're deeper, like, it's not just the outer shell here. It's the deeper emotions that are hidden. And we got to tackle that. We got to face that. We got to heal that. We got to help that. Right. So something unknown for some of us in the air signs, things will be coming to light. Okay. 31 breaking down to 4. So that's, air, not air. That's that builder energy. Right. So being inside the box, outside the box, however it works for you. But for some of you air signs, you have to be outside the box, because you're out there thinking so much. You need to kind of like be in the surface level, not be up here so much, because things are going to be revealed to you. All right. Okie dokie. So that's what I have for you. Alrighty. So outro. My child. So with all that being said, next Monday, the 9th, I will be doing my first Mindful Monday of the year, but also it will be my 5th year anniversary here on the YouTube streets, the Foxy Moon channel. So because I have the StreamYards up and running now, I will be able to have people up in the panel. So you're more than welcome to join me. I will be airing around 1 p.m., 1:10ish Eastern Standard Time. And, we'll be talking some hot topics, talking about the current events, but also just talking about, the channel and how it became and things of that nature. So you definitely are more than welcome to come up. It's a celebration. Number 5 has to do with change, right? So definitely it's a change. I've been through some changes within the channel. So good, bad, and indifferent. But it's definitely been a cool experience. And so, I welcome everybody to come through and chill out with me. I don't know if I'll be doing a 10-hour thingamajig, but I definitely do want to talk about what's been going on, um, you know, trending topics and things of that nature. So definitely pop by. For the readings, I'm going to work on the calendar for personal readings. So you guys will be able to go into the website and book the personal readings there. But I have to fix the calendar. Those that do have Instagram and you want to have a reading, just hit me in the DM. The payments will be done separately through the Instagram on the IG, because my payments are set up through the website, and because I'm not using the website at this moment, we'll just figure out the payment outside of that. But definitely I will let you guys know about when the calendar is back and running up on the website. So check in the community post section, because that's where I'll be putting all that information. Definitely always want to check the community section, just updating people of what's going on with me, or just checking in with you guys, seeing how you all are doing. Because I know sometimes, like Aquarius, I go in and out and I ghost. And it's just because I'm in my own world. I'm living my life. I'm not confined to these social media worlds. I don't do this every day. I don't want to do it every day. I wouldn't like to do it every day. I don't care how much money you get. I mean, I'm not going to be a slave to this system like this. You know what I mean? So that's very much Aquarian energy. So yeah. So just keep, in sight of the there were wars in the street in the Middle East. If you know, you know. Right. My beauty queen. Raz girl's in the building. Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to be talking about, Wally, when I do the Mindful Monday next week. We'll be talking about that as well, because, it's all by design that these people do these things. And so, it's deeper, and then it's not deeper than what we think it is. It's really not, and these are the casualties of war. We are in some celestial alignments that they gotta play out, right? So, but I want to talk more about that at that time than do it here, because it's just for the cards today. But yeah, Beauty Queen was one of the old school people from the beginning. Pink Sugar from the beginning. I mean, from March, whenever it was, March 3rd or March 4th, I came on 2021. That's how long I've been, the channel. No, that's not that long, but it's long enough for somebody that had no intention of being what they call a content creator. So, yeah, I'll just be, chopping it up. And if anybody's available, they can come up onto the panel, you know, reminisce, go down memory lane with me. Yes, I welcome the trolls to come in. I welcome my fans that be looking at me but don't say nothing, don't comment, but just be watching. I know. That's mainly on Instagram though, not really so much. No, actually, yeah, no. On here too, they do that. Come watch me on see. Right. Just be watching. Don't say nothing. We just be in the bushes. And then they'll say some slick stuff after that. Like, you know what? Shut the fuck up. Shut up. So, yeah. All right. I'll just give that. Yeah. I haven't seen you in a while between, but I understand things, you know what it is. All right, y'all. That's what I have for you. Definitely just keep a lookout on the community page or the post page now is what they called it. So you can see when the calendar's going back up. Like I'm gonna be working on that in the next couple of days, but don't hold me to it because I got things going on. This week is like the birthday week of my little one and uh, who isn't so little anymore. And then her dad, but I do want to at least get a month or two in of the calendar so you guys can book for this month for sure and next month. So definitely I will let y'all know that I have the calendar up and running. All right. Okay, guys. So I will catch y'all all on the flip side.